Churchill wanted to overthrow the new Soviet government. He said we should strangle Bolshevism in the cradle. So this goes way back to then. We didn't even recognize the Soviet Union until Roosevelt was in power in 1933. So, and then during the war, they became our ally.
Yes.
And in fact, they were the ones who won the war in Europe.
Correct.
When I ask my students who won the war in Europe, people grow up believing that the Americans won the war in Europe. It's not true. It's not even close to the truth. We certainly contributed a lot during World War II, but it's the Soviets. Throughout most of World War II, the U.S. and the Britain were confronting 10 German divisions between the two of us, while the Soviets were confronting more than 200 German divisions on their own. That's why that's why everybody understood what Kennedy says in his great 1963 American University commencement address. What the Soviets suffered in World War II is the equivalent of the entire United States east of Chicago having been wiped out. So you would think that we would be friendly with them afterwards. And Roosevelt had a vision for that. In fact, Roosevelt promised Stalin in May of 1942 that we would open up the Second Front before the end of 1942. He asked Stalin to send over Molotov and a trusted general for that meeting in the White House in 1942. And we made that promise. We don't open up the Second Front till June of 44. And by that point, we had lost all the diplomatic initiative. The Soviets were defeating Germany largely on their own with the support of U.S. materiel. And so they were pushing back the Germans over Central Europe and Eastern Europe. And so the idea that Roosevelt gave away anything at Yalta that the Soviets didn't already have is nonsense. The Soviets had that area. And so that's 44, 45. Then, unfortunately, Roosevelt died. And even more unfortunately, Truman became president.
А кто Берлин-то взял штурмом? Американцы, что ли? Англичане или французы? Красная армия. Подзабыли?
Так дайте пацанам посчитать потери. Суммы нули, погибать на сцене. Снова один, прогулять без тени.